Right, I'm going to try and be clever here and do a live to Instagram and Facebook at the same time. I might be being over ambitious because it's a long time since I've done a live on either of them, but let's see if we can do two things at once here. So, um, what I want to do is show people what is in the May Calm Mum kit. The theme this month, it was the first ever Calm Mum kit, so I'm really excited about this one. And the theme is, let's just make that a little bit bigger so I can actually see. The theme is, no, it's not. Yeah, there we go, that's better. So the theme is After the Storm. So I bought this t-shirt, I don't know if you can see it properly, in the first lockdown. Little did we know we would end up with 3 lockdowns and how long it would go on, but the theme of the box is After the Storm. Obviously, things are coming to an end for most countries with COVID, and I'm sure you've heard the expression of the quote about after the storm, the rainbow comes. So the theme of the Calm Mum kit, the first ever, is After the Storm. I thought it was really appropriate. So the box is now sold out, but I want to show people who were thinking about it but wanted to know a little bit more about it. I want to show those people what would be in the box, an example of what would be in the box, what, you know, so they would know what they would get, similar things that they would get next time. So here is the box. Here is the Calm Mum kit. I got my last 2 to ship out today, so this one's actually spoken for, so I have to be careful with it. So I'm going to show you exactly what you get in the Calm Mum kit, or what you would have got if you'd signed up for the May one, the first one. So you can see on the top here we've got some inserts, and the first one, and again you're going to get all of these with every box, they'll just change. The first one tells you a little bit about who we are, and in here you've got a list of all of the products that you're going to get inside and what they're for, a little bit about them. So, and on the back it tells you how you can connect with me on my different social media profiles. So that is the first insert. The one a lot of you will be interested in is this insert on how to raise resilient kids. So every month you're going to get one of these, and this month I'm going to tell you how to help your child to develop coping strategies to deal with challenging situations. This is so important. We all have challenging situations. It doesn't matter how resilient we are, we all face challenging situations. More resilient people will bounce back fairly quickly from them. Other people, it may take longer. Or sometimes it's not even that challenging, but if we've had a long period of stress, it takes longer to bounce back. So coping strategies are absolutely vital. The good thing about these coping strategies are some of them you may already do, some of them will be useful for you as well. But this is written so that you can teach your children those coping strategies. So when we open it up, a little bit about why coping strategies are important. We've got the steps here, and then the next couple of pages are a little bit of a workbook type thing that you can do with your child, or they can do them by themselves. And then on the last page, some examples of coping strategies. Thing about the resources I'm going to give you, they will be dependent, you know, how you use them will depend on the age of your children and their personalities. So my daughter, I would say, is fairly resilient, but she still had ups and downs as she was a child. I still sort of had to teach her how to do things, but she's more resilient than my son, I would say. But she was very independent. So something like this, even if she was 8, 9, 10, 11, she probably wouldn't have wanted to do that with me. She'd have probably wanted it to do it by herself. So I might have had that initial discussion and then and explained about it and why they're important, and then she'd have probably wanted to go off and do that workbook by herself. My son would have wanted me to do it with them. The reason I'm including resources for resilient kids is because my son really struggled with his emotions when he was growing up. It used to be heartbreaking, some of the things he used to say about himself, and it really shows that doesn't matter how you bring your kids up. I mean, there was no major events that caused him to be less resilient. My husband and I have been together with both of the children. They've got the same dads, all the rest of it. Very, very different personalities. My son is much less resilient than my daughter. So the techniques, so when I trained as a coach and NLP practitioner, the techniques that I learned are very much used on both my children, but especially my son. But I learned that you have to adapt them slightly, and you have to do what's right for your child. You know your child. You know whether they're going to sit down and do the questions in here with you. If they get older, they may not want to sit down and have this conversation. Stroppy teenagers, they don't want to sit down with mum and have conversations like this. Hi there, lovely, nice to see you. Oh, brilliant, so your box has turned up, fantastic. Right, I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm not very good at reading the comments without my glasses on. But, so if you've got an older child, maybe it's a teenager, they probably won't want to sit down with you. What I used to do, if I was going shopping with my daughter, she'd quite happily go shopping with me. She didn't want to do an awful lot else, but if she was going shopping, she knew she was going to get some new clothes or whatever, talk me into something. And when we were sitting in the car, she'd quite happily, well, I don't know about quite happily, but she would have a conversation with me. And that's the time when I used to have those conversations and get her engaged in things that she wouldn't want to talk about if, she was at home, and she could go off into her bedroom and things like that. So you do have to, like I say, adapt that to fit the age of your children and your children's personalities. But that's something that is a big part of the box. Something else that's in the box is, and every month again you're going to get one of these, so a little postcard here. Think of these like affirmations or reminders or anchors. So you probably know self-care is important, but the thing is, busy mums forget to do it. We put other people first and we forget to do it, even though we know it's important. So these and a couple of the other things in the box are reminders for you to look after yourself. And it fits in with a rainbow theme, and it says, love yourself like you were a rainbow with gold at both ends. We don't do that, do we? Most mums don't do that, but it's really, really important. So you can put that up somewhere. Maybe it's just on a notice board. You could get a nice frame. You could get some lovely frames from Asda for I think about £2 or £1 even. And if you collect them, you can put a little sort of collection up somewhere. Or you can actually use it as a postcard. Send it out to somebody who needs that reminder. Or use it as a bookmark even. I use one of them as a bookmark because I love reading. So yeah, love those, really cute. So next thing in our pack, our next sort of printed insert is the mindfulness activity. So every month you're going to get a mindfulness activity. And mindfulness is quite popular now, but if it's not something you've come across before, it helps you to get in the here and now, because when we're feeling stressed, the stress hormones start rushing around our body, and that's when you start to feel anxious. That's when you might start snapping or shouting at the kids, because those stress hormones are running away. Mindfulness helps you reset those stress hormones. It really helps you calm down, and it's make you reset. I think of it as resetting, and it can help you reset fairly quickly, especially if it's something you do often. And mindfulness doesn't have to take a long time. You can do a breathing exercise that takes a minute and be mindful when you're doing it. You can drink a cup of tea mindfully. But my favourite mindfulness activity is colouring in. So that's what this is. I'm just going to take the paper clip off, and you will see you can't see them very well there, but you get 4 colouring sheets which are all themed around the rainbow, and you get, just go back into the box, you also get a little set of pencils, and these are for you, not the kids, so that you know where they are. So you can do this when the kids are watching Peppa Pig. Like I say, 5 minutes and you will feel much better. But don't discount it. Sit down, switch all the, if Peppa Pig or whatever, is on in the background, that's fine. You may find the kids want to join in, great, get them their colouring books out, and you can have some peace and quiet and really reset. If your kids are older and off to school, brilliant. You could just do this in your lunch hour. I do it, don't tell my boss, but I also have a job and I do it when I'm on a Zoom meeting. And it doesn't matter whether I'm on camera or not. They don't know whether I'm making notes, but quite often, if it's one of those meetings where you can just zone out, I'm quite often colouring in. I love it. Really, really helps me to de-stress. So what else is in the box? Can you see that? So we'll take them out one at a time. So just a little treat for you. Again, hide them from the kids. Just fits them with the rainbow theme. Not any calories, just a little treat. Talked there about the postcard being a reminder. This is what I call an anchor. So just a little bracelet tied on your wrist, but it's got a rainbow bead on. And the actual card, don't know if you can see it there. That's the problem with being on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Don't know which camera I'm looking at. And it says, close your eyes, make a wish as you tie this bracelet on your wrist. When the, really need my glasses on, when the bracelet breaks into, the wish you made might just come true. Right, yeah, it's supposed to be a poem, didn't read it like a poem. This is what I call an anchor. Like I said, it's really easy to forget to take that time out for you. Seeing that on your wrist is a reminder to take time out for you. And it doesn't need to be, you know, going for a spa day or having a massage. It can be a minute of deep breathing. It can be 5 minutes of colouring in. It can be taking the kids for a walk and being mindful while you're doing it. And that just means using all of your senses, listening to what you can hear, what can you see, what can you feel. And you can do this with the kids, and you're teaching your kids really, really great mindfulness techniques. So that is an anchor. That's what we call an anchor. So getting to the actual self-care items now. This is something I absolutely love. This is Rose Skin Food by Sintra Naturals. I'm just taking it out of a little bag. And that is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I've had mine for, 2 months maybe, and I've barely touched it. It's just so, it doesn't go mushy like some soaps do, but it's natural. I have got really, really sensitive skin, but my skin just feels so soft. If I get it in my eyes, it doesn't sting my eyes, doesn't dry my face out. It's absolutely gorgeous. So keep that somewhere just for you rather than using what everybody else is using. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love that. So what else have we got in here? We've got a self-heating face mask. You might have seen them become quite popular lately, but I love them. I absolutely love them. I usually use them, you can use them just to go to sleep, have a nap. I usually use them when I'm meditating. You just put it on and it automatically starts to heat up, and it's got a lovely smell. So relaxing. Like I say, I usually put it on when I'm going to do 5-minute meditation. I end up falling asleep usually, but that's fine too. So you don't have to sleep all night in it, but they are amazing. Absolutely love them. And the last thing we've got in the box, by Natalie Bond, if you can see that on both cameras. So this is body oil. It's called Unwind Body Oil. It smells absolutely gorgeous. Again, I've got sensitive skin. Everything that I put in the boxes are suitable for sensitive skin. So if you've got sensitive skin, don't worry about it. You can use it as well. But that is just another little thing to help you unwind, but it's also going to make your skin feel absolutely gorgeous. So I love that, Natalie Bond. So that's it. That is the May box. Like I say, we're sold out for May, but if you go to www.commumkit.co.uk, you can sign up for the June box. That will be shipped on the 4th of June. Again, limited edition. So getting there quick when they're sold out, that they're gone. But I want you to remember, the reason I'm doing this is because you matter too, mums matter too. We put ourselves last, but you can't give from an empty cup. When you fill your own cup so that it's overflowing, you've got more to give to others. So that's why this is important. The resources to raise resilient kids, that's just something I'm passionate about. But you need to be a calm mum, to be the best mum that you want to be, and to teach your kids those resources. So it's just a win-win. Packaging is all recyclable, remember. At least 2 of the products every month come from mum-owned small businesses, because I'm passionate about supporting mums in business and small business. Every box sold, I make a donation to Young Minds, which is an amazing charity which helps children and young adults with mental health. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to say. I think I've done all right being on 2 things at once. I hope it's not a bit weird that I'm looking at a different camera. But yeah, if you've got any questions, drop a question in the comments, and I'll get back to you. But if you want to have another look online, or you want to order one, just go to www.calmmumkit.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye.